and Kumar Part 2.
Oh yeah, because I figured we already
Are
covered it.
we it's been so long. Is it
I
what
know.
is live? What's live mean?
Well, live just means it's recording live, but I have over here recording only. It's live recording. But hey, let's get started. Check this
Whoa,
out.
you're saying
I started already. I started the movie. I started. Wait, why is it not? Oh, because I put the. You know what I forgot to do? Unmute yourself. Can you unmute yourself? There you go. You know what I forgot to do?
Yeah.
I put on the wrong part. I put this. What do you think about the new intro?
I loved it. That was nice. I was talking about it, but
Well, you know what? I
Yeah.
put it in the wrong area. Look, it's been so long. I put this in the video when I'm supposed to put it in the share folder, and now I can only hear audio. So that's okay. We'll pop up in a second. How you been? What's going on?
oh, just chilling, just hanging out, eating apps, playing Nintendo.
What's
You
your
know?
favorite app right now? You're chewing on.
My favorite app, probably it's Southwest Chipotle egg rolls.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. That's exactly what I was gonna say. From Chili's.
Yeah, from fucking Chili's, bro.
Dude, you ordered
Or what about the sampler with the fucking tenders,
you ordered. Yes. Oh, okay. Well, I do the. Okay, so I do two
the
orders.
honey Chipotle tenders. Of course.
Yeah. Well, I do. No, I do. Oh, there it is. Side by side. We're doing something new because I try. Side by side. Get ready, everybody. We miss y'all.
It's like SNL, dude.
oh
and
yeah.
now brought to you as a side by side. Need that SNL. Oh my God, is that you?
That's me. Well, no, I'm here, and that's Kumar down there. So don't get confused.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Let me break eye contact with that poster real quick. And look, you're peering over my side too. It's like you're watching me
I am. I'm right there.
over. Oh, yeah. It's like I get lost in their eyes.
It's funny because like I'm looking at the photo right there, and like my brown is not the same as his brown, but I still get. Well, I used to. I don't know anymore, but I still get put in that brown category, and I'm
You-
always like, you know what I always say? I'm always about brown pride, but it only says it comes out as bride. I gotta work
Right.
on that. I don't want to be the bride. I want to be the bridesmaid. She's so
You-
much cooler.
Well, I would have thought you would have been the groom, but teach his own. Anyway,
I want to be given up.
I have no room to talk, but you look like Kumar's vampiric cousin right now.
Oh,
And have you seen any sun lately? I know I haven't. That's why I look this
dude,
way.
I was at the water park like the weekend ago, and man, I did good. I was the
Yeah.
dad with the well, my son wears a shirt, water shirt, and he goes
Mhm.
when we leave, he goes, Dad, you need to wear one. If I have to wear one, you have to wear one. I was like, okay. I put a Under Armour thing on, and I had my eye with the sunglasses on, and the hat, and I was like, oh my God, I'm all covered up, and I didn't leave burnt. Like I didn't leave with the burns. Like I usually can't sleep the night before. And I was like, damn, I'm at the age of convenience. I need to look into more of this stuff. Because I just go out there with nothing, burn my feet, everything. Now I'm like, oh, this is getting too. I could put these water shoes on. And, anyways, everybody, welcome
No.
to Side by Side. Ben and I need to catch up. We haven't spoken in like a month. We've spoken, but we haven't done this in a month.
Yeah.
I've
We
been-
haven't
I've-
we haven't been side by side.
No, we gotta.
Oh shit! Wait, here, put
There
it
you go.
back.
There you go. But I was getting Ben caught up on my adventures because I did go to the Greater Austin Comic Con. I got to meet some peeps there. Still happy that I got to meet Eric Estrada, Billy D. Williams, Vanessa Angel, DJ Qualls, Ray Weiss, and Cal Dodd, the Wolverine. His claws. He has the.
Those look so real in the
Dude,
picture.
You know what it is? They look sharp. I didn't even realize they have
It's like a grip.
There's like a grip, but it looks like a reverse brass knuckles. But
Uh-huh.
I didn't realize because in the photo I was like they look like they're coming out of his hands.
Yeah.
But what it is, it's like it goes into the knuckle, so it goes up and
it like goes into the groove of the knuckle, and that's why it
Yeah.
looks like that.
It
Okay.
looks so. I was looking at that photo and I was like, because he just picked them up and took the photo, and then we joked
Can-
around.
Do you have that photo? Can you put it up right
Yeah,
now
yeah.
so
Get
everybody can
once.
see?
Yeah. Get some people to see it. So
Because I was very impressed. I was like, damn, man, that's so he's the voice of Wolverine
yeah,
on the 97 X-Men 97 show.
and he's been basically Wolverine on a lot of projects. And he what do you call it? He's got the new one coming out on, I believe, on
Disney
well,
Plus.
Disney Plus. Yeah,
Yeah.
people keep talking to me about it, like, hey, you ready? And I'm like, yeah, I don't watch previews, man. I just want to watch it because I
I
already know
don't
it's
think
gonna be
I've
good.
seen. I don't think I've seen a preview of it yet. I don't
Oh no,
think they've just for
yeah,
what?
no, talking about anything. I just don't want to know.
Yeah,
I just want to watch it. So here we go. But
yeah.
man, if you
All
look
right.
at well, the photos kind of, but if you this is not the right photo. Well, I don't know. It cuts it off for some reason. But
Yeah,
I don't know if you can really tell. You can't tell in this photo. Let me look for another one. But they took a bunch. But what do you call? Yeah, no, you could really see like his like it looks like it's coming out of his hands. I'm like, holy crap,
yeah.
that's cool. I had a great time, man. It was fun. It was fun for me. Getting to do. Here we go. This is the one. This is the photo. I was like, what the heck? This looks so real. So I was going back to the photos and I was like, this is like really really crazy. So hello, welcome to the side. Catch you if you know the show and you've been with us. We haven't seen each other in a minute, so as friends do. We kind of catch up. We were catching up, but it's getting kind of late in the day because we work nowadays. But
Yeah, you got them day jobs.
we got them them yabs. I like my extremely early job. So check it out. Look at this.
Look at that. I mean, it looks like a fake hand almost. Like you
It,
wouldn't.
it,
You would assume that it's like a fake hand with that he puts on with those claws. I mean, that's just
it
unreal.
it does look like it looks like a decently like okay Photoshop job. It looks so it's
You know what?
insane.
It looks better than X-Men Wolverine Origins.
It looks almost at that par, and that was CGI, and that's real life.
Yeah, yeah.
I want that.
It
I want
looks
that
better,
jacket.
without a doubt. Yeah, no,
I
that
didn't.
jacket's
I
badass.
didn't realize how badass that jacket was. Wow, that was cool. Cool ass
Yeah.
jacket. Well, let me get everything situated here because we've
Yeah,
already gone. So
so
we're doing. What are we doing? What are we? Who we hanging out with tonight?
so we're hanging out with CJ and Ben. Oh wait, no, Harold and Kumar. While CJ is getting all that stuff situated over there, let's just go ahead and reintroduce ourselves. All right, this is side by side, like CJ said. We're a couple of buddies on here, palling around, watching movies, reviewing them, and just enjoying this little bit of time we can get on the computer and talk about these movies. We we really enjoy what movies can do for you, as in what you can learn from them, what you can take away. If I kind of base my scores of movies on, do I feel like I got something out of this? Do I feel like there was a lesson learned? And with most of the cases, yes, that is. And here on Side by Side, we do have a patented 13 score. And let me tell you the reason for that score, okay? Because you can have a movie. First off, it's 1 through 13 because we don't believe in zeros. If you put time and effort into something, we're gonna give it a score. If it's a 1, it's a 1, but it's not gonna be a 0. We're not that rude. And then also we go all the way up to 13 because CJ, what the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is? Do you have any
I
clue?
I, I believe it's just that little extra.
Yeah, exactly. It's that little bit extra, okay? And that's what it is. That's what the 11 through 13 does, okay? It's that little cherry on top, all right? It's that little extra, you know?
That
That's what that
little
is.
extra. Well, it's
Yeah.
like Ben was saying, 1 through 10 is your standard. You got your ones and your tens, but we find out that we like movies just a little bit more. Call it nostalgia, call it I relate to it, call it gone through the experience, call it
Yeah.
whatever you want. But sometimes we crank it up to 11 and 12, and we hit that 13. So without further ado, let's talk about the movies we came here to talk about today. Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle, 2004, rated R, 1 hour 28 minutes. Adventure comedy. A Korean American office worker and his Indian American stoner friend embark on a quest to satisfy their desire for White Castle burgers. Director Danny Liner, writers John Hurwitz, Hayden Stolzberg, Stars John Chu, Kal Penn, and Ethan Embry. Got a couple of repeat offenders already.
Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot about him.
Harold and Kumar escaped. We're putting that up together. We're comparing it with Harold and Kumar escaped from Guantanamo Bay, 2008, rated R, 1 hour 54 minutes, adventure comedy. After being mistaken for terrorists and thrown into Guantanamo Bay, stoners Harold and Kumar escape and return to the U.S., where they proceed to flee across the country with federal agents in hot pursuit. Directed and written by John Horwitz and Hayden Schultzberg. Stars John Chu, Kal Penn, and NPH himself, Neil Patrick Harris, as Neil Patrick Harris. I might say real quick, the two descriptions, first they make Harold seem like he's just an office worker and his Indian American stoner friend, and then the second one they just say stoners Harold and Kumar. I like that. They identified him right.
Yeah, man. No, dude, that's so funny in that description that he's just the stoner friend. It's not that he's a college student or anything like that, or trying to become a doctor. I mean, granted, he doesn't, but still, like you could, he's trying a little bit.
Well, the thing is about with Kumar is like we already know. Like it's the first one's kind of crazy. There's growth more in Harold in the first one, and like a little to nothing in Kumar in the first one. And the second one, it's because of the girl. Kumar changed. Well, they're both. Well, I mean, it's that's the thing. Girls always kind of change you a bit. But like he falls in love, and then it's kind of cool because they brought back in the second one goes to Guantanamo Bay. God, sorry, I keep laughing. I cracked up at the freaking the George Bush. Oh hell, man, they put you in G-Bay because the thing I love.
Did you eat that cock meat sandwich?
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
They'd rather blow that first dude instead of the other guy, and they're like, oh god, that's gross. Dude,
Big
like
Bob.
the thing, yeah. So the thing I get from these movies is always that they're like stereotypical. They make fun of stereotypes. They pick at stereotypes a lot, and this is like racial tension movies, and I like that about these movies. And they also have what do you call it? They're just like the audio. They have little sound bites that they just, oh man, my Jordans. What are you doing with that? What you doing with that grape soda? I was being serious, And like there was actually like they talk about a lot of things. This is very vulgar and it's a comedy. Like when I saw the first one, I saw it in 2004 at the theaters, and I remember watching it twice. So I watched it by myself and I thought it was funny. I was like, oh cool, it's a comedy movie. I just went because it was a comedy, and then I went watched it with another friend. And my friend was a stoner, and I didn't smoke at the time, so. When I was with them, we left, and I remember him going like, "Dude, you like thought that was really funny, and you were sober." I was like, "Well, yeah, it's comedy. It's a funny ass comedy, dude." But the more I watch these movies, the more I enjoy them. Granted, Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle is in my top one. It's not my it's not my favorite one. It's like my 1C, but it's like it's up there. I got 3 favorite movies, but that's the venture I love about this. I love that you get to know the characters just enough, a little growth, and then they just go on the adventure. You don't have to get like a full depth of character, on these guys. They are the modern day Cheech and Chong, which thinking about Jay and Silent Bob, we were just talking about them right now. They're like another version of that, but they're kind of the stars where Jay and Silent Bob star in their movies, but then they're also side guys in their movie. Like I could have seen like this is totally the Adventures of Harold and Kumar. I could have totally seen that like an animated series, or I think they might have done comic books. Let me see. Did they do anything else outside of that?
I don't know, but is this the first trilogy that we've covered?
Or completed?
Yeah,
I believe so.
it's impressive.
Maybe. Yeah. We did it. Yeah. Hey, congratulations. Can we do a golf club clap?
Yes, indeed.
Let's see. I'm looking right here, and I just like to go into like the images and Google Images and just see if anything pops up, because usually you'll see something and some fan art. Not really. I mean, I can show you what I'm looking at. Why am I holding it? Why am I breathing so greedy? Let me show you real quick. Oh my! All the music. See, it's got like all this stuff on there, but nothing like comic books. So they don't have anything else other than the movies, huh?
Doesn't look like it.
Yeah. There's a gas station. I'm gonna see if I can get some directions. This old lady right here, that's so funny because like, dude, being a brown American myself, I get looks like this a lot. When I was younger. I'm older. It's different. Like I'm older, but I get treated like I'm younger. So like, I don't know. It's just kind of funny to me. Hey, there's the director right there. Here's Danny. So let's see. But I think it's like these movies are not only just funny. They talk about certain topics that people just don't really want to talk about, but they're all over. I mean,
Yeah.
he has no reason. He's an orthodontist. Like those kind of those kind of
You
stuff.
know, I know it's from the Harold and a very Harold and Kumar Christmas, but it's still one of my favorite quotes. You know what it is. Go ahead and say it.
What do you mean? You can't see?
No, 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 till my ass all fucked up.
That's so fucked up. And my favorite part about that line is that's how we talk. We do say that shit, dude.
He's over there just like one eye going one way, one eye going the other too.
Like
Oh man.
that's how Mexican
Yep.
Americans talk, man.
Oh man, and but no, it's both of these movies. I mean, Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle too. I mean, it's like you said. I mean, it came out in 2004, so the state of our country at that point. I mean, I remember going to New York City in 2003, and I had a pack of playing cards with terrorists on them, and then the ones that had died, they had X's through them. Like that was the kind of stuff that they were like in
Wait, wait,
2003.
wait. You had trading cards?
Not trading cards, playing cards, like a deck of cards, like 52.
Oh, deck
And
of cards. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Okay, okay.
and like Saddam Hussein and Osama bin Laden were like aces and stuff like that. And then
Oh
you had the
shit.
lower members and shit like that. And that's the kind of stuff they were selling. And just like thinking back on that and just like what kind of like, yeah, I get it, like patriotism and everything, but that kind of propaganda can really warp somebody. Yeah,
Yeah, no,
if
dude.
it left unchecked, because
Like
you're trivial trip. I
this right
mean,
here.
granted, yeah, yeah, that shit right there.
That's so
And
crazy.
it's like
Look at
it's almost trivializing
look at this
this
shit.
kind of
Oh,
stuff.
you said right here. Hold on, Saddam Hussein.
That one right there. I had that deck of cards.
Oh my god, you just said that aces. That's it. I didn't dude. Check this out. Look at this. Educational cards. What in the f is it educating us?
Right. No, and
Terrorists attacks. What the
it's
hell?
it's just very interesting. Like that's and then like you said, this movie came out in 2004. So I mean, Kumar especially is gonna be getting quite a bit of hate just for that. Just even you see it in Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah.
He's profiled just because of how he looks, and it's just it's very yeah, and it's just very interesting. How Harold. I mean, I remember watching this movie, and we all, like you said, we just thought it was funny because it's these two guys getting stoned, and they really want their hamburgers. They see that commercial and like, no, I want White Castle. And like that is one of the greatest things about Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle is such a simple premise of just driving and going and getting food, but then your night takes a turn. Oh, it's not here. He was like, I thought there was a White Castle right here. And what was it like, Burger Shack?
Burger
And then
joint. Yeah, Burger Shack.
yeah,
Burger Shack. Yeah.
Burger Shack. And then Anthony Anderson's like, no, fuck, you need White Castle. I'm about
I
to
love
burn
it.
this
I
motherfucker down.
love his
Like,
cameo, dude. Perfect.
like, and who's Freak Show? Is that Chris Malloy?
Yeah, he's
No.
Chris Maloney.
Yeah, and then
He's in
he
it,
was
yeah.
also the
The racist.
clan member.
I
He
think he's
wasn't in
also
the third one.
he's
He
not in the third
wasn't.
one.
I don't believe so. I
Yeah,
tried looking that up, but I
dude.
don't think he was
I
in it.
gotta say, and I don't mean to like I don't mean to like make myself sound like an idiot or anything, but I think this is I thought it was funny when he said that when that clans member when they do he goes, oh, you're pissing on me. He knocks him out, and then he comes in the frame, and he just goes and he's all cross-eyed and he says the word, what the, and I'm like, dude, why would you use that word? It's so out of context. There's no reason to use that word. Like, you're that racist. You're
Yeah.
fucking that racist that you
Mhm.
use that word as an adjective. That's so fucking hilarious. Like,
It takes you off guard. It really does.
it's one of those jokes that it's like a joke that just comes up to you and goes, and you're like, what is that? And either you get it or you don't. And I'm like, I got it. It's like I wasn't expecting that, but it's because it's like they've pulled out the character is so racist
Mhm.
that that he's little, I don't know, belittled to that. So I'm not saying it's funny as like him saying it, but it's funny as in the context of the fucking material that they use. It's
Mhm.
so hilarious that it's just like, oh my god. And he's wearing red too. Like I don't know anything about that stuff, man. Like all I know is that like that shit does exist.
Mhm.
But that's
Yep.
the we have modern day racism. We don't. It's not. It's not like it's not like that. It's not as bad as that. It's I mean I live in Austin. It's a progressive city. And there's so much racism here, but not in the. It's more prejudice. It's more prejudice than racism. But you know
what's even more alarming is like the thinly veiled racism. Like I think most people just prefer out, like Klansmen. Like if you're going to be racist and own it,
Yeah.
and that way we can identify you and we know that you're a piece of shit, and then you can just go about your life. It's the racism that isn't so upfront. Like I feel like that's what you see in Austin more times than not. It's not that that like hardcore like, oh yeah, I'm racist. It's more of that like not meaning to be racist.
Well, the woke are very rude, man. The woke is very rude, and like they'll tell me, like especially white women, they'll tell me like, "No, you're not. You're supposed to be like that." I'm like, "What? Wait, what?" Like I'm like, I don't tell you what to do with your thing. Why do you tell me? Like, well, if you're really from Mexico, I was like, well, I was raised in Mexico. I'm from the source, but it doesn't mean I speak for the country. It doesn't mean, they'll ask me things. And one time, I had a weird, one night stand. I it's a long story, but I ended up we're gonna be back at my house, and I live downtown, so we just walked. In the conversation, she's walking, she's starting to really be like, "Oh yeah, you're like I can pick up that you're Mexican, but you're not very machismo." And this is a white girl, and I was like, "No, I'm kind of don't have that in me, but I'm like whatever, I can be assertive or whatever." And then she goes, "Oh well, I guess I just have a question, like why are how come or like what she say?" She said, "How come Hispanic people are racist or something like that? Or Mexicans are racist?" And I was just like, "What do you mean?" She goes, "Yeah, like y'all just like talk to people bluntly." And I go, "Why are white people racist? Y'all invented this shit." And then she was like, wasn't expecting that, and she got upset. I mean, I still did with the deed, but it was kind of weird. Like I was like, "You like started like that's how you started like a conversation with me." It was
But
weird.
she accused you of it and then didn't expect you to have any kind of reaction. But then she
Yeah,
got mad. And it's just
I mean,
that's
but
interesting.
that's what happens a lot here in Austin, or like when somebody like misidentifies me, and it's I'm getting so there's more Indian people here. I'm getting misidentified for Indian by Indians, and I'm just rolling with it. I'm like, yeah, sure, man, whatever you think, because I'm cool. But also when somebody says I have a because I'm working on my bit, and in 2004 2005 ish, when I was here in Austin, I remember somebody I had an incident where something happened and I was downtown and I ran into a guy. I like bumped him and we bumped him. We just kept bumping each other and he was getting annoyed with me. And the people I was with kind of had a little thing with the people he was with. And he was like, man, what? He looks at me and he goes, why don't you just go back where you're from? And I started laughing and everybody next to me is like, oh. And I go back where you came from, and I started laughing. And I just go up to the guy, and go, "Come on, man, you gotta tell me where do you think I'm from, dude? Please tell me." And he's like, "Oh shit, this guy's not scared of me." I'm like, "Well, he's also like, I was a lot bigger than him." So I was like, "Dude, where do you think I'm laughing?" I'm like, I'm already drunk, and I'm just laughing my ass off. Like, "Where do you think I'm from?" He goes, "I know where you're from." He has an accent. This is I kept not. I know where you're from. Go back there. I go, "Where do you think I'm from?" California. I was like, oh my god. I fucking started laughing, dude. I was like, can I buy you a shot of tequila to show you that I'm from here? And it's like, what? You want to buy me a drink? Yeah, we don't need to fight. You think I'm from California? You're a Texan and mad because you think I'm from here, you idiot. And he's like, oh shit, you from the valley? No, I'm not from the valley. I'm from the border. It's different. I can read. It's like, but no, okay, not good, but I can read. Zing.
Not well. CJ,
Not well.
not
See,
well.
I'm learning all the time. Thank you, Ben. No, but the thing
is, there's your white savior for you right there.
I know. Thank you. Thank you.
Your grammatical white savior.
Oh God, thank you, sir. Yeah, I know. And just so it's fair, Ben's not really good with numbers, so I feel him out there. So we have a balance.
You know what 1 + 1 is? That little bit extra.
That little
okay.
Dude. If you get the chance, you have to watch I've watched all of them, the director or the DVD commentaries of these movies. Mm-hmm. Watch the first one's the best one, man. Like their other ones are good, but the first one's really, really well because they kind of break down all the scenes. But John Chu and Kal Penn are so new at acting or in these roles that, I mean, Kal Penn already had John Chu was the one that had they kind of. He didn't have any experience.
Yeah. Whoa. American Pie saying Stifler's mom, he didn't have any experience?
MILF. I'm just saying, you're right. A little bit. Well, back then, that's all you needed, actually.
Bro.
You're right. But hold on. Let me just say this. He didn't start. So you hear when you see the behind the scenes, and you're listening to you could hear like all their like excitement. Well, actually, it's definitely like it feels like it's Harold and Kumar because it's only like 22-year-old versions of them. So they're like, what do you call it? John Chu's all like, oh, this is it and that because there's a part where he goes, where those fucking douchebag guys, like those guys that what the extreme
Well,
is,
extreme.
extreme, dude. That's oh god. I'm going to a baby shower this weekend and I might run into a friend I grew up with. That's one of those. So.
How's he doing now? Did he grow out of it, or
Well, he did get stabbed at that Whataburger parking lot a couple years ago, so I'm pretty sure he did grow out
that'll
of
humble you?
it. So
But that sometimes that'll humble you. Who
should
knows?
well, you know what? I take it back. I am an a-hole. Yeah, John Chu did have a lot of stuff before. No, he had a lot.
Yeah, no,
He had
no.
a
Well,
lot.
and Calpin. Let's see. Was he? I can't remember.
Maybe I
I
got
know
it
he was on
backwards.
House.
No,
I
he
know
was a
he.
member of Van Wilder. Then he got his own movie.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
might have got this
Damn it.
backwards. Let me see this real quick.
No, I think you were just wrong altogether.
Probably that
But
too.
it's
Let's see.
no
Yeah.
John Chu. He had I
So
wouldn't
Cal,
say a character actor, but he definitely had some roles.
dude, when he
Like,
played Sulu in Star Trek, I was like, ah.
yeah, man. No,
Nah, they had a lot of acting experience. I'm full of shit, guys. Sorry about that. Nah, they have. I should just show you what I'm watching. But what, anyways.
you're on
Uh,
IMDb.
yeah, I'm on IMDb. They had a lot of. They had, I mean, for if I'm a director, as me for me being like a director,
Now,
and
this is probably their first starring roles.
yeah,
Like
let's see.
that.
Well, Van Wilder, he
Oh
plays
yeah,
Taj
and then
Mahal
he did Rise of Taj.
Barlanabad.
Yeah, Taj. Yeah.
His name is Taj Mahal Landada. Lambada. But yeah, because now they have a lot. He has a lot. Because check this out. He's in this movie called Ball and Chain, The Planet Terror, Homeland Security. Like yeah, a lot of stuff right after Van Wilder. I'm what I'm thinking. These are a bunch of like
When
these
did
are
Rise of
probably
Taj come out?
I think like in 2007, 2006. I think
Okay,
it
so
seems like
in
one of those.
between Harold and Kumar.
Yeah. So this is called Ball and
Okay.
Chain. See, look, there he is. With is that the guy
Dang.
from Sopranos or no? It's another dude. No, it looks like him.
No,
So he's like in a
I think
Bollywood kind of movie. But he's on the, well, they put him on the cover probably after he made it, 'cause that's him right there.
yeah.
And then, but look, they have all. I think this might be like either low budgets or just yeah, like NYPD's on.
Okay,
Like,
he was on ER, NYPD Blue. Did I
Yeah.
see?
He's
Yeah, Spin City. Okay.
he's in the Freshman as AJ. Oh, never mind, wrong movie I was thinking about. So he has
Oh, were you thinking about the one with Matthew Broderick?
I think so,
Yeah.
but that's not. That's an older one. I'm thinking about another movie called. I'm thinking about the anime TV series, Freshman. I think it was the on MTV. He's on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Beer Bad. So yeah, he's got Malibu's My Wanted. Yeah,
Oh man, I forgot about that.
dude, that's true, man.
All about
Oh,
the Andersons. Was that an Anthony Anderson show?
where's it at? Where'd you see that? All about the Andersons.
It's right above Malibu's most.
Yeah. Oh
most
yeah,
wanted.
yeah.
Is it?
Anthony's a struggling actor trying to provide a good life for his young son, Tuga. He makes the tough decision to move back in with his parents and instantly remembers why he left. Tuga, however, reminds his father that this is the best way for their dreams to come true. Aww.
Interesting. Okay, so it ran for at least a season, a
Look
full
who's got.
season.
Look, man. Yeah, this is awesome. John Amos, that's right there in the background. Like, I gotta watch this.
Okay, that's who I thought that was.
Yeah,
Okay.
I gotta watch
All right,
this.
he's right.
Dude, this is cool. I gotta check that out.
I had no idea that
We're
he
big
had his
Anthony.
own.
We watch him here at the home.
Yeah. Oh man, one of my favorite. Okay, so a little backstory. I we probably watch Judge Mathis with our dinners more times than not, right? And so there's this clip of Judge Mathis, Judge Greg Mathis, and he mistakes somebody for Anthony Anderson, and he's just like going on. He's like, Anthony, what'd you get in here? And the guy's just like, kind of going along with it because he's not going to be like, oh, that's not me. And he's just like talking about all his accomplishments. He's like in Blackish, like that's a great show. It's won Emmys, stuff like that. It's great representation. And then and somebody tells him that it's not Anthony Anderson. He's like, that's not you. Why did you say something? He got all mad.
Does he look like him though, or no?
Dude, he does. Yeah.
Okay.
It was an honest mistake. Like I totally understand how he made that assumption. But it's just so damn funny, just his reaction and the guy's reaction too. But yeah, no, Anthony Anderson is Kangaroo Jack, dude. I love that movie growing up. Uh, and he was also in Transformers.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he had quite a few roles in the early 2000s that
Well, he was also
I
in the scary movie.
yes,
I can't,
he came in what, the third one, or
third and fourth. He's in the last
yeah,
two.
him and Kevin Hart both, right? They were like the pair
The
that came
brothers,
in.
like we're the friends.
Yeah.
So to
Um,
your let's talk about, because this is, we're talking about Judge, and there's a lot of both these movies are incarceration.
yeah.
And I have a background, when got in trouble when I was younger. So I didn't know I was a troubled youth. And it is because I don't think this we should have glamorized like judges. I don't think we should glamorize any of these people. They should just do their job and that's it. But people like to come on these shows. I have a couple of friends on my social media, or that I know, that they've been I think Judge Judy a few times, or they're on Judge Judy, and it looks cool to see the photos. But at the same time, I'm like, man, like this is your Deo system. Like this is like a real problem. This is like a corporate company. Uh,
I okay. So with that being said, I have to disagree. I enjoy Judge Mathis for sure. He is a very I enjoy his shows because he's very informative. He has a an awesome story. Judge Joe Brown too.
That's the one I like.
He
That's what I
now
said. That's the one. No,
now
I'm just saying they shouldn't show it on TV. Like I get that you could
no,
disagree with.
and
I'm just saying they
these are
shouldn't show it.
arbitrations. They aren't these they're real court cases and they're real arbitrations. But the reason they can show them is just because the people are allowed to. I think also
I'm.
that they pay those people
I
out.
don't
It's
think.
not like they
I don't think you get what I'm saying. I'm saying
yeah
because when you really go to court, it's not like that. They treat you
no.
like shit, dude. And unless you have a lawyer paying, because it's the game, they make you fucking play. And if you try to,
Oh, I get what you're saying.
yeah, dude,
Glamorizing it
yeah,
or
dude, they
making
should.
people think that that's how the
Yeah.
court system actually
Also,
works.
Also, the
Okay.
same shit with serial killers. Like, quit bringing them up, man. Quit making movies on them. We don't need to have a cinematograph. Like, we could do documentaries and shit, but we don't need to keep bringing back like serial killers. And at the same, as I'm going on this rant, Elvis. Why the fuck are we bringing Elvis back?
It was Law Boz Lerman, so that did pique my interest. But I have no interest in seeing another Elvis movie either. Like I enjoy the music, but dude, TikTok has really ruined a lot of that stuff for me too. Because we were watching a clip the other day of like the original like Hound Dog song, and it was like 1953, and Elvis didn't even do it till 1956, and he obviously stole it,
Yeah,
like because it's the
yeah.
exact same thing. But um, yeah, it's just it's
Well, actually, I've been seeing because of TikTok. I do get on TikTok now. I'm a TikToker. There's a show where they show people in jail, like on AMC. You know what that's called? I'm trying to Google it real quick. I can't remember, but it's a horrible show, man. Like they show all the way the gang life is. Why are we allowing this? Our tax dollars pay for these people to be incarcerated. I'm not saying I've been incarcerated, so I'm like,
well, no, no, no.
what I'm
Well,
trying to say is like, why do they let them have gangs? Like we have cameras in there. Why are they letting this happen in there? Why are we letting? It's because and then
it's because it's privatized, dude. That's the only reason that is shit is allowed. These are probably aren't federal prisons. They are privatized prisons where they get money
to show all that.
for well, no, not to show it. They get money for having prisoners in
Yeah.
there. That's why America has the most incarcerated people, is because these prisons are privatized, and then the more people they have in them, the more money they make.
Yeah, but also
You
too,
know what I'm saying?
it's just annoying because you start glamorizing these idiots. They're like, I've been locked up. So because I'm a minority and grew up in this shit. When you have people with that mentality, they just start doing that Scarface bullshit. And they lead them down that path because they're like, you can still get attention. They get you because they're losers. It's just how it is. Anybody that really goes to, because what happens is you go back to the incarceration thing. When you start going through all this stuff, like you go through like the outpatient stuff and all this thing, it feels like school, dude. It really feels like school. And you see the kids that want attention, the guys like 27-year-olds that hasn't been in a school setting in like 8-9 years, back in there, and it's like, oh, this is like they start acting up again like school kids, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like I remember being like 21 stuck in here with these 30-year-olds and being like, dude, you guys enjoy this shit. Like you guys want to be here because you don't have anything else to do. Like
No.
this is not right.
And that's another thing too. Is like that's why you have people that are constantly getting incarcerated numerous times. It's because a jail in most countries is a rehabilitation center. It's to rehabilitate people for, okay, you messed up. Now you need to learn from your mistake. But that's not the point here. It's like, oh, you get locked up, you get punishment. and then you're supposed to go back in the real world and be a better person. And that does happen in some cases. But I mean, people get dependent on that. I
Yeah.
mean, just like people get dependent on things out here, you can get dependent on that jail system as well. One thing before I lose it, Judge Joe Brown, very interesting gentleman because he
Yeah.
presided over the MLK trial in 1993. I believe it was he either presided over the mock trial or the civil trial with Coretta Scott King. The only reason I know any of this is because I listened to a podcast, MLK tapes. Very interesting.
Look
Very,
into
very
it. I gotta look,
interesting.
that sounds interesting.
But he was also a lawyer
Dude,
in
he's one of my favorite judges.
in
Like,
Alabama, and honestly, and he's a real big gun advocate too. They bring in like the oh gosh, what did they call it? The miracle bullet or something like that, or the death slug. That's what it is. They said
oh,
the death slug was not. He matched it with what was given to him with the evidence of King. He's like, it doesn't match. Like there's
yeah,
something amiss here. But I just wanted to throw that in there before, like I said, we moved on. But yeah, no, the judicial system and the prison system are one of our biggest flaws in this country that
yeah,
just it gets brought up and then swept right back under the rug. And they even highlight it in Harold and Kumar escape from Guantanamo Bay, and there was no trial, there was nothing. They are
yeah.
just sent to this prison where in 2008 it was still a little fresh. I mean, we'd gotten pictures from Guantanamo Bay where they were
Yeah, we don't know what was going
dehumanized.
on in there. Yeah, we didn't
No,
know.
no,
We didn't know what was going on.
we saw just a fraction of probably what those people had to go through, and um, God knows if they were actually, you know, uh, guilty or not. And that's another thing too. Is like uh, the whole thing of innocent until proven guilty in this country is complete bullshit.
Yeah,
Um,
it's just you can play. It's just what you can pay, man. Fucking lawyers. It's like it's a fucked up
oh,
game. We don't need lawyers, dude.
there's people I know that have enough money that they don't get DWIs. They just pay it off. And then there's other people that, yeah, okay, I got caught once, and then they are just like throw the fucking book.
Well, also too,
It's
when I got my DWI, I had to go to the court, and I was 21. I was really young, and I got over there, and I mean I was just like in a suit and stuff, so you kind of break in your little corners, and it gets real stupid right away into races. People break off and everything. So I was actually in the middle, like I was, it was all the white guys were over here. It didn't matter what age, they're all over here, and I was kind of talking to them, and then it was the Mexicans because they only spoke Spanish. Well, they thought I was a lawyer. So they just kept coming up to me like, "Where do I go?" So they would come up to me and like like I had like a line of like five guys right behind me because they were like, "Well, he's a lawyer and he speaks Spanish," so I'll talk to him. And they don't realize that I'm in there with them too. Like we're all getting DWIs, and then so we're all on the line and we're all going to go see the judge, and you get to see the judge for like I don't know 10 minutes, whatever it takes or whatever. So I start seeing like this is when I really felt like I was un-American because as soon as I get to like they do the line, so all the white people are at first, and it kind of feels weird because it's just this is observation, and I'm
yeah.
just color because that's what how it looks, and so they're all here and they're all going, and the guy I'm talking to, two guys in line are like, dude, I fucking blew and I fucking did everything, and they got blood, they got me, bro, but my lawyer said he's gonna get me out, and the other guy said, yeah, I listened to them. And they kind of got me all like my blood level was my alcohol level was like pretty, it was double, but I felt good, but they tricked me. And then so sure enough, like as I get closer to the judge, I can hear the conversation, and then it's like he's just having like he's all nice to them, and then like it's like, oh, don't worry, dismiss, and then it's like another stack of papers come in, and he's like, all right, now I'm gonna fuck all these guys up. I'm number one because they put me right there. I was just right there, happened to be there. So I go and I'm thinking it's going to be like them. They're burning through. And then I get there and I'm there for the whole like 10, 15 minutes. And he's just talking, the judge is just talking shit to me. And he's Mexican or whatever, the Hispanic, Barrera. And he was just there like, well, well, you got EW. Do you have any, because I didn't have a lawyer. And I was like, well, can I go get one? And they were like, well, I recommend you get one. And I was like, all right, well, I had to like post date it. So to move it on. And then all of a sudden, like, I didn't go with the other people. Like, they all let those guys go. And then they kept me in the room. And I was like, wait, I'm with them. Like, no, you're not. You stay here. So I had to wait. They processed all these dudes from Mexico or wherever, like because they stayed next to me, and then I told, like, no, I'm here with you guys. I'm not a lawyer, and they're like, what? And they thought, and then they thought I was a lawyer that got DWI. So I just kind of left it at that. So
Hmm.
then as I had, so now I was number one. I had to go through all my paperwork. There's like stations you have to go through to get processed. There's like 6 or 7 stations, and they said everything's in English, and when you flip it, it's in Spanish, but it doesn't look. It's like you have to read the signs on the walls. It's easier. And so after all those guys, they were all lost. I went through the whole thing, and I came back. They were all lost. I was like, oh, come on. So I helped all those guys like fill out their paperwork. I just stayed there with them, and I just kind of observed the whole environment. And I was like, really, the black guys and the brown guys are the ones doing the time, and all these white dudes got out, and the one white guy that with us is because he's a redneck broke guy. Like, is that he was like, he was funny,
Yeah.
dude. I gotta say, and he was from the valley. I thought that was funny. He was like looking at me like, yeah, I'm one of you guys. I was like, sure, man, like sure. But
Yeah.
going through that shit, dude, it's like and like I can't say anything. I can't. So I'm like, all right, whatever. But then as I get older, I'm like, so these younger guys can talk about it and shit happens, but when it happens to us, we have to take it. We have to shut up and take it. All right, then I won't complain or anything. I know I know my rights. I understand shit, but at the same time, anybody listen to this. First of all, this is CBD, so I'm and second, if you have to talk to a cop, just don't talk. Don't just stay quiet. They will use everything against you. That scene in Harold and Kumar where the kid, like, that's a good scene. The Bradley, he's like the black guy's in jail just because he's black. The kid goes and he's in his underwear. The guy even harasses him, grabs his ass, but still, like, he gets a, what do you call it? He gets his mom, picks him up. Like, you realize you still get to go home in your bed while the fucking dude's got to stay in the cell. I've been that dude and stuck in there. It's like, why do they get to go out and I'm still here? And it's sometimes they don't know what to do with me because they're just like, oh, this guy like communicates very well and he's smarter than all of us. So it's like, yeah, well, I understand what's going on. You guys are just they shut up, inmate, or they just try when you're detaining you or whatever. They're always talking shit, dude. It's a long story. I'll make a movie about it. But like even that part, so it starts to really, as I'm watching that, and this is in 2004, which when I got my DWI was in 2004, or like no 2005, but still, like, it's around that time, and you start seeing the way things are now. Like, they try to be more lax, or it's ridiculous with the marijuana thing in Texas, like, or just in those like there's no
In the U.S. in
in the,
general, like,
yeah, like
decriminalize it first off. I mean, there's no reason that you can go and get hammered and go and do whatever. You can
yeah.
go out in public and be hammered, well, to an extent, and but you can't smoke anything.
Can I tell
I
you
just
my reason why my reasoning is because I think you can't DW. I mean, alcohol is legal, and it's a lot of people are like, well, I'm not an alcoholic, but I get fucked up every night, but it's legal. You have to go and buy your weed from somewhere, or got to go buy your pills or wherever, you get. But I'm like, it's all the same. Marijuana gets a bad rap because it alters your state of being, but like, it should fall under caffeine. The reason they don't legalize it, well, back then, this is what I thought about 10 years when I didn't do any of that. I was like, you know what? You can't make any money off of it. Like, you can't make money. Like, people go home and smoke and they stay home, order pizza, or food, or they go get it. They're moving slow. With alcohol, you could get domestic violence, you get DWIs, you get drunk in public, you get violence, you get all this, and they're allowing that. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
So,
well, it kind of does, because if you want to police people, then that's a good way to, you know,
well, I
police them
mean,
and
dude,
keep that revolving door going. Like you said, it does make sense if you think in that really shitty logical way.
we should, yeah, we
But
shouldn't, but
no, but and another thing too is like this, and they really kind of bring this up in Harold and Kumar. I mean, this is the land of the free, and you can't do what makes you happy. I think it should just be, honestly, not a free for all, but legalize it, manage it. Like, if you can, have regulations on food and alcohol and all this other stuff, why can't you do that with narcotics? I don't understand. Also, you have opioids, which can be prescribed to you.
doctors, man, don't even get
Doctors,
started with
and
doctors,
not
man.
even that. It's not even in the best interest of the patients. It's more of the kickbacks that the doctors are getting from these people that are lobbying it. Boy, this has really turned into a podcast that I didn't think we would be.
I think it's supposed to be like this because
I think so too, and
yeah.
and because these are movies that are making light of it, but it's very serious topics. It really
Yeah,
is.
dude, it is, and it's because it's in this and I think that's why it has to be vulgar, because it needs to be. You need to be able to digest this, because there's a lot of people that live in a fucking bubble and they don't realize it. And then when they get around someone that's real, you guys get all scared because you perceive to be someone for what they are, and when you don't get what you want, you get mad, you get upset, it's like, what the fuck is your problem?
You also feel like you don't have control over that people, and when people feel like they don't have control, that's when they really start acting out. Like people, that feel like they have. Like I said, people that are trying to intimidate other people want to have that feeling of control.
Yeah.
And once you lose that, and you lose that that illusion of control, then it can really it can mess with you.
I just like, and right now I thought it was funny. They first arrest the kid Brad with the weed, and then he goes, "Come on, rookie, cup the balls." Like those little lines, the little things. Like I had Guantanamo Bay playing, and then it ended, and now I put it on the first one, and White Castle, dude.
What is it? What does the freak show says? You can go in there, grab you something to eat, get you a drink, fuck my wife.
Right.
It's like,
but then it's also like, it also says, like, he says, "You said that I didn't I? How about I reach around?" That's just funny, like, dude.
There's a foursome and just
like, he wants to have fun. He wants to he wants to do the dudes. He wasn't bad guys.
Well, and another thing too is I love whenever they're having that conversation in the car. It's like, he can't hear us. He can't hear us. And he's like, I heard every word. And it's just like,
the thing's boiling. The thing's buzzing. Like, I heard everything you said.
I heard everything you said. Like, it just cuts to the next scene. Oh man! And then you also have the Harold and Kumar lookalike guys, and then Cindy Chu, is that her name?
Yeah.
Cindy Kim.
Cindy Kim.
Yeah, and he's like, what was it? It's
she gave me a blumpkin.
Yeah, that's what it was. She gave me a blumpkin. It's where she blows you while you're taking a shit. And oh man, well, gosh.
I got another one. I had a coworker. He used to tell me, "Hey man, I got to go to the restroom, give myself a jump." I go, "Jump? That's when you jerk off and you jump." I was like, "Oh my god, you're gross." He was older than me. He's like 20 years older than me. And I was like, damn it, man. This episode might not get aired, huh? We're too serious.
No.
Too. No, I'm gonna throw it out.
Well, and this is how it goes. We're like, and the penal system is terrible. Have you ever heard of jumping it? Whenever you go to the bathroom at work, like. I'm at the Jamie Kennedy cameo. That's hilarious. Oh, dude, he's like,
the fact that he's in here.
Is your name on here?
But he's also right. But then he's also like awkward. Like he doesn't. He's not wrong. But it's like there's so many things about. Actually, I am a Patreon member of Jamie Kennedy. I have no idea why. I like the guy a lot. He did a lot of things.
The Jamie Kennedy experience.
He made Heckler. Dude, if you ever get a chance, watch his documentary Heckler. I rented it when it came out on DVD, not knowing he was in it. I just saw it's a cool. Let me see if I can find the cover, because the cover of Heckler is so cool.
Let me tell you something that I learned from Jamie Kennedy right here. It's a little rap. It's called "Shrink, Blinkety Blink." Made me want to go to my sink. Vomit, clean it up with Comet. Earth is my planet. Malibu's most wanted, baby. That is like, I got a game station. No, man, you either got a GameCube or a PlayStation. Man, I got a game station.
This is the cover. I didn't even like. Oh no, it wasn't this one. It was this cover. Like there's no faces on it, but I got that. I didn't even see his name on it. I just got it, starring Joe Rogan, David Cross, Mike Ditka, David Tell, Louis Anderson, George Wallace, Bill Maher, Patton Oswalt, Paul F. Thompson. So I think the only one that's passed away on here is recently Louis Anderson. R.I.P. My favorite comedian. One of my introductions.
What was that TV show? It was like Little Louie or something.
Life
like
with
that.
Louie.
Was that the animated one?
Yeah, Louie.
Oh, I remember that one.
Life
That
with
and
Louie.
Bobby's World with Howie Mandel.
The Howie Mandel, Bobby.
Yep.
The Bobby Show. Hey, Dad. Hey, I was so fat that I'd put my hands in the air and then I'd put them down and they would still be in the air. He's like my favorite, man. I learned how to self-deprecate because of this guy, man. Thank you, Louis. I understand. You're a genius. You're funny, and
Yes.
I think he was just a great person. Bobby's World. This is the other one. Oh, Bobby's World.
Yeah.
This is a great show. Just for
It
I
really
got to
was.
introduce it to Maxwell already. I think he's ready, because then we could do little shows like this. So which is pretty cool. You know, it's Howie Mandel inside his own show, and he's talking to little Howie Mandel. I mean,
Yeah.
Howie Mandel is that. I think he shaves his head because he has that all that. He's a germaphobe,
Yeah.
and I think. But look how he used to have his hair all long, and
Hmm.
then like he cut it, like he shaves it now. I think because he's a germaphobe.
You
One of my
know, one movie that I really enjoy with Howie Mandel,
Little
Little
Monsters.
Monsters. Yep.
It's a dark. Is it wait? Is it a kid movie or is it an adult movie?
It's a little bit of both. And one thing that I explicitly remember, it's almost like a Drop Dead Fred.
Oh, I
You
love
know,
Dark
like
Fred.
yeah. But one thing that I thought was so cool is whenever they're like underneath the beds, there's a sign to Waco, and that's like around where I grew up. Like I lived in Waco for
Yeah.
the probably first 10 years of my life, so I thought that was kind of cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I was trying to see
Oh,
where it's
is yeah.
at.
Nah, it's like in the middle of the movie, but I just kind of caught that. That was it was almost like a little Easter egg for me. You know, back in the
Yeah,
day when you don't know uh, about Easter eggs and stuff like that.
dude.
Um,
Dude, Ryan
what?
Reynolds is in the first one too, like in Ray Castle. Like it's like
Oh yeah, yeah,
he's
yeah.
in it, dude. Like
Well, and
Ryan
that
Reynolds.
makes sense because Van Wilder and everything like that.
So
Like,
they came out around the same time. But I
yeah.
guess how did
Well,
it get?
Van Wilder came out in 2001.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
No, no, I
Yes.
mean that's around the same time. It was just sorry, I didn't mean
No, you're right.
to
No, dude, you don't have to correct yourself. No, you're right.
to
I was
to
thinking,
movie explain to you.
oh, you're mansplaining.
No,
No,
movie explaining,
movie
bro. That's
explaining. I need to. No, I'm getting confused with when did the Rise of Taj come out?
I think that was
That's messing me up.
that was probably like 2003. It may have been 2004.
Let's see. Yeah,
I
because I
may be
think that's what I
completely
mean. I
wrong.
think let's see. Malibu's Most Wanted was '03. Where's the party R? Where's it at? Well, where's it at? No.
2006. It came out 2006. You were right earlier.
So yeah, okay. So that's why I'm thinking because what's his name? Yeah, Van Wilder. Because Ryan Reynolds is not in this one, right?
In the Rise of Tosh?
Yeah, he's not in it, is he?
No, 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 no.
Because I
I
would
don't
say
believe so.
so. He's just yeah, the Rise of Thush.
And then
That's pretty cool. He went and got his own
oh, it's on
movie.
HBO Max. Cool.
I
Yeah.
should watch
Well,
it.
and I guess it was probably after the success of Harold and Kumar that they probably were like, hey, we could make money off this guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, because he's a side character in the main movie, in the first movie, and then this one it's all about him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
because he goes back to England or something like that. I think it's like Oxford and stuff like that.
Taj Mahal Badalandabad
Bada
leaves,
Bad.
leaves Coolidge College behind for the halls of Comfort University in England, where he looks to continue his education and teach an uptight student how to make the most of her academic career. Oh, I have to watch this again. I haven't seen this in a minute. I forgot how it goes, and I'm also getting confused with Van Wilder. And then I saw there's another Van Wilder. There's like
Yeah, freshman year. I never saw that
yeah,
one. I
yeah.
definitely watched Rise of Taj. That's for sure. I probably let's see. Van Wilder is Tara Reid, and where he puts the dog come into the eclair.
Yes, and that has
Okay.
that has Tech in it from MTV. Remember
Who?
Tech? Oh,
Uh-uh.
Real World. Yeah. Okay. Keep going.
Oh, wait. I think maybe was that the other friend?
Yeah, the blonde haired guy.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, that he
Um,
was on MTV. I
and
can't
then
remember.
Rise of Taj is where it was like they go. I remember like I think there was a hunting scene, like a hound or a fox. I forgot about that. Well, who's Van Wilder's dad? What's his
Tim
name?
Matheson.
Okay, and
Yeah,
he
here it
was
is.
in Animal House, and that's why he what was it Animal House?
Yeah,
He was.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's one of the prudes in there. Man, look who's in this movie,
No,
dude.
he wasn't he was the main guy. Tim
Van
Matheson
Wilder.
was.
Is
No,
it
no, no.
the
In Animal House, I thought. Click on him real quick. I'm
isn't
actually
Kevin Bacon the main guy in Animal House?
he's one of the prudes.
Prudes. Oh, I'm getting confused. Well, check this out real quick. Look who's in this. This is Van Wilder, Simon Helberg. It's got Aaron Paul, Chris Owen, Curtis Armstrong, Paul Gleason. This is the horns guy. Eric Estrada.
Yeah,
Look, like this is. And I'm about to show off my Eric Estrada photo. Let's see.
yeah.
Who is he? Let's see. And Animal House. It's got to be the first one. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. He was. What does it say his name was?
Eric Stratton.
Yeah. No. He
He's the
he
main
was the
guy.
guy who. Yeah. He gave aside from yeah Jim Belushi. Let's see here.
Chip Dillard, Kevin Bacon. We can just watch the trailer.
Oh man, it's
with-
oh.
with the ads.
You want me
I'm actually very curious to
defend
see
the
what this
demon?
trailer is
Not
like.
for all the money in the
Well,
world.
Animal House.
How about freedom?
I don't know how to mute this thing.
Oh, that looks like it's good. Shout out to Blackbird on Apple TV. Oh my.
Universal Special Editions. A series of truly classic movies, digitally remastered by THX for superior sound and picture quality.
D-Day.
Packed with behind-the-scenes footage, or even
This
outtakes.
isn't the actual.
Ladies and gentlemen, intense fear. More intense. Much more terror.
And to start things off, literally anything goes. In the movie that changed the face of comedy
Yes, it's Kevin Bacon's a
I'm a
prude.
zit.
Yeah.
Get it?
and taught a generation proper etiquette and respect for authority.
That was Tim Matheson.
The
Who,
20th anniversary
Yeah, he hit
Universal
the,
Special Edition
yeah, he was the one. Who,
and respect
Yeah,
for
yeah,
authority.
yeah.
That
He
was-
is one. Okay, I remember who he is now.
him and oh shit, I can't remember the other guy's name, but they were like the president and vice president of Delta House. So and
Futurama made fun of that parody of that.
oh yeah, dude, Robot House. No, what's so funny, man, is actually back in college, I joined a fraternity, and
Just shout out.
shout out to Delta Chi, and so at the end of Animal House, it's Delta Tau Chi is the fraternity that Animal House is, and as they're like destroying or taking down all the stuff and like leaving the house, they take down the Tau, and so it's just Delta Chi on there, and so whenever I was I was pledging and everything, they kind of made that little connections like, hey, we're kind of based on Animal House, guys. Like, yeah, that's how cool is that, you know? And whenever you're in college, yeah, that's cool shit. But no, man, it's who's the girl from Indiana Jones? She was in Animal House.
That's not. Oh man, I better not say anything. Let me find out. The original Indiana Jones.
Yes, Raiders of the
Find out.
Lost Ark.
I can't remember.
Oh gosh, she was also in the Sandlot, bro. She was the mom in Sandlot.
You know what? We're doing this. That's a new side by side thing I'm doing. Look at this, because we're just gonna do it. Indiana Jones 5. I forgot about this.
Oh, when's that coming out?
2023.
Good luck, man. It's supposed to have been coming out for a while now.
Oh,
Karen Allen.
There you go.
That's
I was
what it
gonna
is.
say Margot Kiddo, but it's not. She's
No, that was Superman.
Superman.
Yeah, but no, man. Wow, we're already 57 minutes into this thing.
This is great, dude. This could easily be a 3-hour podcast. We haven't talked in a month.
Really could.
Animal House. Look at that.
Yeah, wow. She really one of her tops is Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I mean, it was
cells,
a
right?
huh?
It goes by cells. Or how do your top 4 work?
known for. So those are going to be the top 4 movies that people know her from.
But I guess but this is.
I mean, that's how I explained her was Raiders of the Lost Ark. But I guess you're right. I guess it differs for each person.
That's so weird. No, I'm not trying to question. I'm just like, oh well, it's kind of
Because you know how they have like how actors are trending on IMDb. Maybe that's how they judge it.
It's true. Because I always wonder. Because sometimes like
Because it changes as movies come out. You know, like I'm sure Benedict Cumberbatch is now known for Multiverse of Madness. That probably not. It's probably
that's
Avengers
right,
Endgame.
That's probably.
but-
Let's see. I bet he's gonna have all 4 are gonna be, and it's probably gonna have like a. It's probably
No,
gonna have,
okay.
like,
I'm gonna say Imitation
whole-
Game.
Sherlock Holmes.
No. It's gonna be Imitation Game.
Okay.
And it's gonna be Avengers: Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, and Doctor Strange. Not necessarily in that order, but those are the 4 I'm guessing.
I'll get those 3 for sure, and I'm gonna say 4th is gonna be Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes. All right, let's see it.
Yeah,
Let's pull it up.
Benedict Cumberbatch. Is that how you spell that shit? Yeah.
I don't know.
Sorry, I didn't mean shit, but I'm using it in the slang word.
All right, let's see.
Those
Oh, Chris Hemsworth, look at him.
Look at Thor. He's aged well.
Yes. Gotten bigger too. All right, let's see. Nominated for 2 Oscars.
We were so off, bruh.
I wasn't. I got 2 out of 4.
Oh, yeah, Imitation Game. Yes, you did. Oh, dude, I got 1.
Star Trek Into Darkness. Okay,
I'll
he
tell you
was
that.
a great Khan.
Yeah, I'm
He
telling
was-
you,
he
that's
really
I'm
was.
happy that's number 2 there.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
He did fantastic in that movie. What's
Did
the
you get
third one?
August? Yeah, let's find out. Osage County. This is from
Oh,
2013.
that was like one
Comedy
of those
drama.
divine secrets of the Yaya
Do,
sisterhood
do you
movies.
do you mind if I play the trailer real quick for the people out there?
Is Jason Bateman in it?
I'll do it. I gotta, maybe
No.
no.
Oh no.
Look at that: Meryl Streep, Dermot McMullen, Julia Roberts, Juliet Lewis, Chris Cooper. Yeah, this is gonna be one of those movies.
Ooh, Ian McGregor. You know what I think is so interesting? How English actors can transition into a Southern accent so much easier than like Benedict Cumberbatch has been in a few movies where he has a Southern accent. I think he was in 12 Years a Slave.
Yeah,
he had
and
a
then
recent
the dog,
movie.
the dog one.
Yeah, and then he had. I think there's another one before that too. It was maybe I'm thinking of Robert Pattinson. Anyway, let's get back to the movies at hand. Escape from Guantanamo Bay is it's such a good movie. It's such a from the place that you start to the place it does how the plot moves. That's what I'm saying. Is I feel like it does a good job of that. It's not the same as the first movie, but it still moves in the same way of okay, this crazy shit happens and this happens and this is how we end up here, and it all kind of makes sense. It's not just all right, we're throwing this crazy thing at you. It's almost like they said, okay, here's the plot of the movie. Now we're just gonna it's gonna be a road trip movie, but then all this crazy shit's gonna happen. Okay, all right, and then this is gonna happen, and then MPH is gonna come in. They're gonna go to a brothel in Texas, in Texas.
Yes.
Come on, man. Little whorehouse in Texas, I get it, but bro, that's the last place you would see a brothel advertised would be in Texas. It would be big secret. I'm saying it would be a secret.
Oh,
it wouldn't
okay,
be we got girls in here. This isn't
Hey.
Nevada.
Hey, we got goats, we got cows, whatever you're into down over here. We call it a barn, but I call it
We got
house.
horses if you have an elastic asshole.
Oh, you're going there, Ben. You went there. Ben Hameen in
Bro,
the house.
are you kidding me? We're watching Harold and Kumar go to White Castle, and of course I'm going to go there.
Oh my God! You're talking about a hole. I was looking at the threesome in the Guantanamo Bay scene where he's having the fantasy, and he gets the girl to stick. I was like, this is so ridiculous. The little things like that crack me up now because I'm a filmmaker. I got the director's eye, and I'm like, we got her to do that. That's fucking cool.
Well, and another thing too is didn't he have that same kind of fantasy? He
treated her like shit. He treated the weed like shit.
Yeah, and
cook me, bitch. I'm sorry. I love you.
And it reminded me of Super Troopers too. Not Super Troopers 2, but
the movie, the first one.
Yeah, where no, it's not. I'm thinking of Beer Fest where him and Monique.
Oh yeah. I remember the whole thing.
Yeah. You want a little slapping pickle?
Oh yeah, he's all drunk.
But yeah, no. Guantanamo Bay, you have Rob. Was it Corddry? He's a repeat offender. He was in Old School. He does that racist.
The naive guy that does his job wrong but puts his job ahead.
Bro, racist.
You think? Oh, dude,
yes.
I don't think you understand. So being a person of color, a POC, shall be. There's when you do talk to somebody. That's what I'm talking about. When you talk to wait, you froze.
Oh, am I still here?
There you go. But sometimes they'll say something like, "Hey, I read in this book that people from this area are supposed to be like this, and why aren't you acting like that?" Or it's weird. They're just they don't mean to.
I think you're giving them too much credit, buddy.
No,
I really do.
It's a sheltered thing, and it's also they're not exposed to a lot of different people. I don't think he could be racist, but I'm just saying where it comes from. The character, he's just because he's not good at his job, but he's an authority figure. So it seems to me like this guy just kind of worked his way up, got the job without even socializing or just did it, and then now he thinks but he's not good at it.
Why is your ass that shitty?
Oh, yeah. But dude, Robert Carter, and then I want to talk about him, man, because when he came into the scene, he came in hot, and I'm always
like whenever they have the parents there and he has the translator and they're obviously speaking English, like that's I don't know.
no, that's just because they're so. That's what I'm saying. You gotta look at it like take off that, put that stupid brain in that you don't have that. Put that stupid brain in, and realize that they're so like they're using some dialect. It's Ed Helms it's like young Ed Helms. You know, that shit's funny.
I don't understand what dialect they're using. Like
I speak English. But that's the thing. So that's one beautiful thing about the Guantanamo Bay version of the 3 is that there is a cross connection, that they really think that there's people are terrorists and they're not. There is a threat, because there is a threat. When you go to, you meet the terrorists in Guantanamo Bay, you get to see what a real terrorist is. And then, you know, like even the scene, like that, it just shows you like you don't see something and judge it, don't perceive it, just let it be what it is. And you know, like even like that whole scene with the basketball is so hilarious because, oh, we're getting weapons. Oh, what do you do? Run! He goes, hey, where are you going? We're just gonna help you out. It does. It throws me off. That guy throws the freaking the 40 down out of like anger, but I'm like, well, is he upset because the boombox is dead? It's like, oh god, we got their music. Like it's picking stereotypes, and it's like, if you honestly think that. You need to expose yourself more and see things and be quiet. A lot of people don't be quiet; they just talk. But like it is weird. Like, or especially when people think I'm Greek or Italian, and then they come up to me and they try to be like, "Oh, so what part of Italy did you grow up in, or where's your family from?" I'm like, "I'm not Italian." Like what?
It's me, Mario.
It's a me. And it is kind of weird though. They do this shit because when
in Italy.
No, and here when in California. I had a guy. I guess there might be Italian. I don't know if he was. I know I was with his friend. His cousin that was 100% Italian, but he spoke English. But this Italian American friend I had in California, he thought I was Italian or like a darker Greek kind of guy, and he would talk to me like that. You know, this motherfucker. And then I see other people like they bring me these areas. I'd be like, oh, they do that shit. Like, but not exaggerating. They're just kind of like, you know, it's like a little. I was like, oh, okay. So it was just weird. I'll just go in there and be like, yeah, I'm whatever. I'm third generation. I'm mixed, whatever. Like, I just, I just go in there. I don't care. It is weird. It is weird when like, I have to, like, when I go to the comedy shows and they're looking at the crowd and they pick on me, and they say, like, it's a Middle Eastern person, and they'll be like, because it's been guys and girls, and they'll be like, hey, wait, brother. And I'm like, hey. And they're like, you Indian or you Middle Eastern? I'm like, no. And then it gets all weird. It gets all weird, dude. It's like you kind of kill it kind of pauses the comedian. Way to
ruin their joke. CJ.
Yeah, so now I kind of just go, yeah, I am, and then later I'll be like, no, I'm not. But the last time I said no where I was a while back when I was at a brewery, and I was watching stand up, and this I didn't go on. Somebody I was just a patron, and a couple came up to me and they were like, you get misidentified a lot. Does that bother you? I go, you know what? It didn't bother me at all growing up. I've been in Austin almost 20 years. Never bothered me. But it's bothering other people now that it doesn't bother me, which is weird. But, like I don't care. I'm just used to it. And then she's like, yeah, because they were a couple that was half black, half white. But they looked more like, I guess I'm just saying they looked more black. But they said our kids came out white. And so people are always like, who are these kids? And they're like, they're ours. Like, why? And then she has the girl has green eyes and the guy had like light hazel eyes. So I was like, yeah, I could totally see he's got features, And then so they're telling me like, so you get a lot. So I was like, yeah. So we had like this conversation of us just getting misidentified and how I just kind of go with it, like because they go. But I'm sorry, how I don't go with it. At that point, I realized I should go with it more because I felt the pause and I go, no, because I started being like, no, I'm not, like, but then again, when I go do stand up, I just want to tell jokes. I don't care about race or ethnicity and all that.
And to be fair, like, not to shit on that comedian, but to not be able to bounce back from that, like, I feel like that would be a perfect opportunity for a joke. Is like, oh, like you can't even tell,
Well, the one I did get when I was in LA, I got invited to my boss invited me to. She was Lebanese. And she invited me to go hang out because she was a stand-up comedian. She goes, you want to check it out? I go, yeah. And she got me into this place. And I didn't even realize till I started seeing the comedians tell the same jokes. Because they had to say PG jokes for the environment, for the demographic. I got in there, it was dark. I didn't realize that they're all Indian people, all Middle Eastern. They're all, and I blended in perfect. So, I was talking back when they would interact with people. They interact with people and they wouldn't talk. And when they interact with me, I talk. So the host started he's like, well, he came with her, so they know each other. And then he started being like, hey, bro, where you go? Oh, because they're having issues with their megaphone. And I said, dude, all these brown dudes here, and you have problems with tech. And the guy goes, he goes, can I use it? Because he covered the mic. He goes, can I use that joke? I go, yeah. And he goes, dude, he did it like 4, because I was just saying something. He's like, can I use it? Is it okay? I go, yeah. But that was pretty cool. Now that I know what comedy is like, and I'm getting firsthand of it. Like, I think his name is Paul. It wasn't Paul Reiser. It was Paul something. I gotta look it up. But he was really cool, man.
Paul Reiser, man, he's had a comeback. He was in The Boys and Stranger Things.
Oh, he's in Boys. I need to catch.
Oh yeah, dude, The Boys season 3. Highly recommend. A lot of people are shitting on it, but I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I need to catch up. I'll get there. But what do you call it? But we're there, and then he said, man, I don't even want to say this on the podcast what I said because they'll get me in trouble. But he goes, bro, where you? What's your background? I go, Mexican. He goes, what? You blending in like us? And I go. And I said, well, I was here first. And then I said, I go, it's easier for us to swim than for y'all to show up, So it's like, y'all have to come into play. We just swim. Sorry, I didn't mean to be racial. But I said that because he was laughing and everybody laughs. So I was like, oh, wow, the group heard me. And I thought that was funny. Well, the people that could hear me, it was a good little wave of laughs. I was like, oh shit, they heard me. And he's like, but at the end, he came up to me and he's like, follow me on Facebook and Instagram. He's like, but this is like back then. This is like in 2013. So this is like, I didn't really do any of that. So when I was talking to him and we did that, it was so cool. Like, I don't know. I like seeing people's like life, slice of life. And I've been privileged to be able to do that and get away with it. It sounds funny, but it's the truth. And I like it because I get to actually see when, like having a brother that's gay, then you go to a gay club to go support your brother, and then you get hit on by a guy. That feels fucking weird, dude. Like a guy's like trying to come on you, and you're like come on to you, and you're like, hey, dude, like chill out, man. And then like half your side.
Come on you?
Oh, I said come, but come on, like, come on to you. And he probably was, but he's half my size, and I was just like, dude, you've been trying all night. I'm not gay. Like, leave me alone. And he goes, whoa, you might like it. And I go, you know what I feel like? I feel like a girl, and you're a guy, and I told you no, and I've probably done this before, and it feels gross. I don't ever want to do this again. I'm done with this shit. Like, I was just like, but it's a weird experience. Like most people I didn't fight. Yeah, most people would have, like, most guys in my situation, I'm assuming would have thrown a punch or left, or I was just kind of like, I'm having a good time, and you just kind of keep throwing those, like, hitting on me. By the way, your game is weak, bro. Go work on it. Oh, you haven't bought me a drink. You haven't complimented me. It's like, get the fuck out of here, dude. I was like,
your pickup game is weak, bro.
Yeah, no, bro. Hey, dude, get out of it. I was like, dude, just if you're gonna,
what? That could have been a way you could have deterred it. Like, bro, what are you doing? Like, just get him with the bro a couple times. I
don't know. No, but it was. I was like, for like my third time going, I was like, this is weird, man. This guy just keeps following me. Like I was like, this is a 4-level gay club. There's 4 levels he could go to, and he's still chasing me. It's like I'm trying to survive the night. Like, it's weird. But
they always want what they can't have, CJ.
Oh God, dude. It's funny. He was half my size, dude. Like, he was like, and I was just like, dude. It's like, I'm like, yeah, parle, way. Like, back off, dude. Like, what? I was like holding him back. I was like, dude, chill.
You wanted to go jump out your butthole. But
I'll tell you, dude, he was drunk. He was drunk as fuck. He was probably on some Molly, and he was feeling good. And I was like, yo, dude, that's cool, but you're coming too hard. Like, you're coming on too hard. Like, chill. But I said it again, didn't I?
You did.
Yeah, dude. Well, that's how.
Sorry, I can't let that one go.
Hey, you can't let them all go because you gotta hold me accountable because this is what this show's about. We find out all the adventures I've gone on, and we make fun of me because I don't know how to say them because it's outdated material.
That's why I don't tell adventure stories. No, I'll tell you probably one of the funniest things. I used to work with this guy. Worked 2 summers with him, putting insulation in, and he was talking about his tonsils. And the way he described it, he's like, yeah, those balls in your throat. And we all just like looked over at him and was like, you got what there, buddy? He's like, yeah, the balls in your throat. I'm like, no, we don't know. Like, what are you talking about? And finally, he was like, this thing with the right here. Like, oh, your tonsils? Like,
your balls in your throat. I'm at the part where he's talking, where Harold got arrested, and he's talking to the guys at jail, and I'm just looking at like his character to me now like makes so much more sense after all the shit I've been through and I've seen. Like, I'm like, that's why I'm like this. That's why I'm very monotone, because I'm like, it's gonna come around. Just gotta be ready and be educated.
I think one question we need to ask too is like, is Kumar a shitty friend?
No.
Why?
because he is the force of this of them. He's the momentum. He's let's do this, let's do that. Even when they get on the raft, he's like, where do we go? We go to Miami. He's like, when they get there, he's like, we just walk. We're gonna do it old school. Like, so I think no, honestly, he's not a shitty friend. He's just he expects like for Harold. It is in the sense of a friend. He expects Harold to just kind of go with it, but at the same time, he's honest with him. They're very like he cares about him because when he gets to jail, he gets him out. You know, he might have put him in there, but look at the situation they're in. It's all fucked up. It's like a lose-lose situation. So
okay, in the sense of he doesn't leave Harold behind. Yes, he's a good friend,
But he
but
puts him
in
in
this,
shit,
and Harold is constantly like, man, we wouldn't be in these predicaments if you weren't being stupid. Like, you can't wait to smoke weed until we get to Amsterdam, you know.
That's a
And
funny one.
it's valid points, and that's why I was just kind of curious. I mean, at the end of Guantanamo Bay, I mean, he does say he's sorry,
oh, that's
which
true.
you know, and he does kind of apologize, but then it almost kind of gets undone whenever you watch the third movie because he's just like, you know, well, maybe not so much. You know, it was probably Harold too. Like, Harold got his wife, and he, you know how that goes. Like, you kind of lose touch with friends when you get all consumed with, your love life, and you get lost in that sometimes. But I was just kind of curious because Harold, yeah, he wouldn't be in some of those situations, but like you said, he also wouldn't have met Maria if it wasn't for Kumar.
Yeah,
He wouldn't have gone to Amsterdam if it wasn't for Kumar.
yeah.
So those are good points too. I guess yeah. I guess that's kind of shit. It's almost like you could either be they kind of have that stereotype too. Of like, you could either be really uptight and have your shit together, or you're just a slob and you're doing all this stuff that's not necessarily productive. But that's not true. I mean, you could be both. You could have that's. I think that's kind of they really show the duality of people in these movies, where they're really kind of accentuating stereotypes and showing people like, hey, there's more layers to people than just stereotypes. First off,
Yeah.
and then there's
I mean,
going to be
we're-
shitty people out there, but not everybody's shitty. And that's another thing too, is like Harold and Kumar. It's almost like whenever they trust somebody, it's in the like it does work out for them. Like with Freak Show, like they really didn't have
It's true.
you
It's
know,
true.
like
you have to trust them.
and then in John Reap, his character in the second one with the Cyclops baby and everything like that.
God, it's
It's like, we got our son, and then
That's kind of funny though. Like, yeah, we get it on. We're siblings, and we get it on. And Amber
It's like, what? You ever tried farming sober? I love that quote.
I also like what he says. Well, I also like the fact that he says, "Get down here for a beat your Cyclops ass." Like he's treating him normal. Like he's just like he's not because he's a Cyclops because that's what a redneck dad does. Like,
Yeah. Well, and he's like, yeah, the government's in your shit. All right, yeah, I'll handle it. Like, it's so. I thought that was a funny kind of turn, and that's another thing. They had that scene in both movies where it's like, okay, you're expecting this redneck piece of shit to just have a terrible looking house, and it's gonna be shitty in there. And it's nice, And then
his
and
wife's
then
all like normal. Like it's just like, but his sister, I guess.
exactly. And how did he pick up that deer so easily, man?
The redneck thing, bro.
No. Yeah, probably. But yeah, man, and these both these movies there's definitely some deeper meaning to them in the guise of a funny stoner movie.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes these movies so great, is that we watched these two movies and we did a podcast about them and we're reviewing them. And what do we talk about? The penal system, judges, experiences that we've had, either being stereotyped or put into a box that's not necessarily our own. Because that's another thing too, is like individuals are very interesting. It's whenever you have groups of people that people become less interesting, because they conglomerate, and then you have people that they get echo chambers with one another, and you just get the same ideas flowing around, and it's a dangerous thing. But one thing I did want to mention is that I too have people ask me if I am not of a certain race, because that's quite obvious, but of certain descent. I was like, "Are you Scottish or Irish?" And I'm like, "I don't fucking know, man. Maybe a bit of both." They both drink a lot. I thought, I don't know.
The stereotypes, yeah.
Yeah, like, and you got red hair, you know. Yeah, man. I don't know. Not too sure where I come and where my ancestors are from, but I've never really had an inclination to be like, oh yeah, I'm from Ireland. That's the motherland, or I'm Scottish. Like,
Well,
no, dude, I'm from America. Like,
I
that's
saw,
where I was.
I saw a
Yeah.
dumb one where it showed it was like an ancestry.com and it said I found out it's like a guy like in his mid-20s. I found out I was Scottish, so I started wearing a kilt. Like I was like, nah, don't do that shit. Like, that's you just need somebody to find out I'm 1% black, so I started it's like
Yeah.
so it's like so stupid.
So
man.
I got Fox. Like, I got,
So I do want to share some things real quick before with you before we move on because we're gonna get ready to rate and move on because it's already getting low. But I'm trying to find this actor real quick because
Oh, it's Neil Patrick Harris, and he's fucking amazing.
just talk about him real quick.
Yeah. So NPH is in all three of these movies. And had he come out as gay before Guantanamo Bay? Yeah,
Nah.
because I mean that's
He
I
was
feel
like right when the third one came out, he just came out gay because they wrote it in.
yeah, and well that's true. Well, I think it was maybe a little bit before that because I feel like this sort of revitalized Neil Patrick Harris's career.
Yeah, it did.
Because in 2004 he does Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle, and then in 2005 he starts a little show called How I Met Your Mother as Barney Stinson. And so at 2008, I mean, he's at the height of his new renaissance, where he's 3 seasons into How I Met Your Mother, and it's getting great reviews. And then he does, Harold and Kumar. So I just think that is so cool that he, you get to see the revitalization of an actor just from a one-off cameo. Well, and I guess, I've always kind of wondered too, is like, sometimes you'll, especially with actors in TV shows, you'll see them in a movie or something like that around the same time they start a new TV show.
Yeah.
And you kind of wonder, is like, okay, were you just getting like you obviously had to have been a part of this TV show before 2005, like the production and the pilot and everything are done before this. So the question becomes, is it the chicken or the egg? Is Harold and Kumar the chicken or the egg? Is How I Met Your Mother you know what I'm saying? Like, which came first, or why?
No, I think Harold Kumar did put him on the gave him that resurgence, and then he went with it because also too, I mean, the third one they make mocking fun of him being gay. Like that's already like he's hit a fucking pike. Like a peak where you just kept going. Dude, okay, so but I mean, also
Starship Troopers. I love that movie.
I was about to say, thank you for bringing that up. I was about to bring that up, and I also want to say we're not talking about our boys. We'll talk about them next time. David Krumholtz,
dude,
Thomas, same thing. They're
David
great.
Krumholtz. I have enjoyed his acting since the Santa Claus, and I was a young child. Bernard, man, like you killed it, and you made me believe in elves, and it's so and he's Jewish. I think that is amazing that he.
Oh God, the stereotypes, they put the pennies, and then when they walk out, they pick them up like they do.
And then, oh, dude, I love the first one when they're in a hot dog heaven. He's like, I want that. What, you want a super deluxe double cheese dog? And he's like, no, I want that feeling.
Yeah, that's good. That's what I mean. That you're right. They get that. So I'm trying to figure out who this character is, but okay. So, long story short. When I lived my final year at Texas State, I lived at Cabana Beach apartment, and brand new. Which I don't know why stupid thing, but I got to live by myself in a 4-bedroom apartment, which I made into a party apartment, which is pretty cool. But in the party apartment, so like it was 4 doors, like in the hallway, and you literally come out you get inside the apartment complex, inside the gated community thing, and it's got a big old circle. So you find your spot. And then you walk in where it's a circle, so it all feels the same. You kind of feel like you're like in a compass. You don't know where up and down is all. But anyway, so it's 1, 2, 3 layers. All the doors look the same. Like door number 1. I mean, on the first floor, you can't tell. You have to actually look at the door number to see what you're knocking at because everything looks exactly identical. When you walk in, it's like a mirror. It's weird to explain. Because a lot of people would knock on my door and be like, "Hey, so and so here," but no, it's the one over there, or vice versa. People would be at the other house. Well, there's a certain guy I lived next to while the year I was there. He lived on the other side, and he was a very energetic, very energetic character. But he was pretty cool, and we were partying and stuff. And I never knew. Like, I'm really good with names and faces. I didn't realize how I can do this with movies. I didn't know I'm good at this at movies too. But this gentleman that's in this movie, I saw it and I was like, oh my god, he lives right across. He lived across. I mean, I saw it, but this was 2008. Yeah, so I lived in front of with this guy in 2006. So 2 years before he came out in this movie, I lived like in the same like apartment unit as him. Is this dude? He's like, I'm not even black. He's like, you're not, yeah.
The TSA agent.
Yeah, this guy, dude, it was crazy. But guess what, man? So this is where it gets
What did
another.
What did he call him? Matthew Perry.
Yeah, Matthew Perry. Oh, is that? I don't know. I was looking for his name. I couldn't find it. But you know what's crazy is this guy. I guess that's what I think it said his name right here. Maybe it says. I don't know what his name is. I'll look it up later. But anyways, he was there, and I was like, oh shit. Okay, so that was in 2000 and like 2006 on 7ish. Fast forward to 2013. We just get to LA. I broke my iPhone. I had to go to the Apple store, and it's freaking busy. It's in I can't remember where it was at, the Grove, and it's super busy. And it's like lines like this. Like I'm there for like 3 hours waiting in line, but I'm waiting in line, and
his name is DeAnthony Palms.
DeAnthony Palms. Shout out to you, bro. I have freakishly good memories, so it's crazy. I was at a CVS and I thought I saw him. Right before I went to Apple Store, I went to CVS to get some Gatorade or something, and I thought I saw him like walk right in front of me, and he was like walked out of a car, went to the ATM, and I was like, no way, that can't be that. My brain is registering him for some reason. I went to the Apple Store, and he walked into the Apple Store, and we looked at each other like, well, he didn't notice me because at the time I had my hair down to here, so I grew my hair out and I had a little scruff, but I was looking at him, he looked at me like, oh hey, and I was like, holy shit, that's the guy from Harold and Kumar, and he lived. So I think I was able to Google him, and I found it. I was like, oh crap, it is him. That same day that I was in that line waiting, right before I left to LA, I was at my aunt's house. I was there for 2 days, and I was watching just TV, and this comedy special came out, and it had this comedian come out and just kill it, dude. He was killing it, and I was like, dude, this guy's so fucking funny. Like back then I guess TiVo was around, but I didn't have that. So if you watch something on TV, you had to like stop and watch it. You remember those good old days where you had to like stop and watch the TV to watch the show? Yeah, you remember that? So I did that. I saw his stand up. I saw it like I left like on a Tuesday, so I saw it like on a Sunday night, and then the next day on Monday or like Sunday they played it. I remember they played it like at midnight and again at 1:00 because they just played it back to back, and I saw it. And I was like, dude, this guy's so hilarious. His name is Jordan Rubin. I think I misspelled his name. It's right here. Dude, this guy, he writes like roast. He's like, I know, I gotta look him up real quick, but he's got a lot of stuff. Crazy thing is, when I was waiting in line at that Apple store, he walked right next to me. And I was just like, holy crap. I looked at him, I go, you're Jordan Rubin. And he goes, oh. And he like kind of just like, I am. And then he kind of did one of these like, cool. And he kind of backed up a little bit. Like I was like, oh, someone knows me. Like kind of gave me space. Yeah. And then he looked to like the guy on his right. Because I remember I look crazy. My hair's down here. I'm dressed like an Austinite guy. Like I look a little funny. And he looks at me. He looks at the guy next to him. And he looks at me again. He goes, you look more interesting. So what's up, man? You know me? I go, yeah, I just saw your stand-up like literally like a couple days ago. It cracked me up, but this joke just took. He goes, oh, okay. What are you doing here? I go, what do you mean? He goes, what are you doing here in LA? Like, what are you doing? Come on, there's a reason you're here. What's going on? Talk to me. Come on, let's talk, let's chat, let's do this. And I go, I don't know. I want to be an actor, a filmmaker. I want to do it all. And he's like, I like comedy too. I don't know if I can do stand-up. And he goes, all right, so are you practicing on your writing? And I go, yes. And he goes, I go, but not all the time. He goes, oh, practice every day. And he goes, any ideas you get, and you gotta write them down. I shouldn't be giving away his advice for free, but anyways, I'll give it to you, Ben, and anyone else who sees it. But he was like telling me, like, just do that, and he was just like giving me all. I'd never realized out of all the experiences I've gone through with the conventions and working on movie sets and meeting people, I'd never realized that this advice that he gave me, that I'm not gonna share, but this advice that he gave me, like, it's been the best advice I've ever gotten, but it was free.
Yeah.
And it's only because he was like, well, this guy, and he said like, well, you recognize me, and I don't want to talk to this guy. so when we started talking, I was in line for 3 hours with him, and I didn't think about exchanging number. I was new. I didn't understand. So, but I was just taking it all in, and then he was like, all right, later, CJ. I said, then he goes, I'll probably see you around, and I was like, okay. But I never saw him again. But I was just thought it was so random, like that's what I wanted in LA, but I didn't know I was getting it because I was running into a lot of people that I was like, oh. So I was like, wow. But anyways, we're down at the end. CJ's got his adventures. Let's rate these movies 1 through 13. 1 being effort, good try. 10 being a good, just standard, basic movie. It's a 1 through 10. But if we really like your movies, you're gonna get a 1, 12, 11, 12, and 13. So we're gonna do a rating system real quick. You have your Rotten Tomatoes up?
I'm getting it as we speak.
On the trivia that I was reading for Harold and Kumar Go to Guantanamo Bay, it was saying that they were going to make that one a straight to DVD, but then at the last minute they did theatrical, and I'm happy they did that.
Me too. It was a good idea on their part too.
All right, let's do the I know, right? Let's do the while you're doing that, I'm gonna get the Wikipedia so I can at least find out how much they gross. I'm pretty sure these movies grossed way more than what they put in.
All right, you want to do the game we play?
Let's do it, everybody. Just watch and learn.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Ben. In 2004, the movie Harold and Kumar was released July 30th, 2004, 88 minutes. What was the budget?
It's going to be 18 million.
All right. And what was the box office?
Box office is going to be 40 million.
A little too much, but I see where you get those numbers. Budget was 9 million, but it did make 23.9. So
my scaling was correct. It was just the wrong
amount. You're right.
Well, okay.
All right. So in 2008, we follow these guys again. And on April 25th, 2008, on this 102-hour movie, Harold and Kumar's Escape from Guantanamo Bay. What is the budget?
So if my budget and gross was off on the first one, I'm going to say the exact same thing for Guantanamo Bay. It's going to be 18 and 40. That's my guess.
Dude, you're getting so damn good at this. It's actually 9 through 12, which I'll give you credit because you're still in the ballpark. And because you could have easily said 100 or whatever. But, dude, you got 43.5. You got it.
Yeah.
It gets funny when Ben actually nails it on the dot. It's insane. But so that's our little game we played. That's actually
I have no idea how economics work, but I could tell you the budget. I did the budget, maybe the gross of the movie.
We've been doing this a while, I guess. Huh? So check this. Oh,
it is something that I actually look at whenever I'm the same. Yeah.
So it says here when you put the Wikipedia, you just put Harold and Kumar. The first thing it says, the search bar says Harold and Kumar go to White Castle, Harold and Kumar Escape from Guantanamo Bay, and then Harold and Kumar 3. That's just for shits and giggles.
Okay. All right. Here, do you want to hear my budget for those?
Yeah.
And all right. So it was 9 to 12 million for Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and this was 2011. So only 3 years later. Okay. I'm going to say it's going to be 20 million for the budget, and it's going to gross 65 million.
Damn, dude! That's kind of weird. You could have tripled down and would have got right. 19 million budget, but 36.2 million box office. So you got the budget right, but you were off a little bit on the. You got the actually kind of weird. You got like the numbers.
What's that?
You got the numbers right, just in different order.
Yeah.
You would have thought it was more, huh?
I really would have. I thought that was it was a good Christmas movie. I guess because it's a rated R movie, I guess I didn't factor that in. I forgot about that because you're eliminating most of your target audience.
PG-13, it would have been. But I mean, the way they
and for a Christmas movie too, like in my mind, I don't know why, but I was just like seeing kids in the audience. So, so that was my bad. I didn't account.
All right.
For any of that, but let's do our.
That's funny though. I didn't think about the kids either. So I know it was a dick move. That's why I'm paying for it. And he's counting, and PH is counting the money. Like, oh no, I really fucked it up. Like, I really messed it up. Like, he's kind of has. That's like the only remorse you get from him through the whole series. That's like the only remorse you get from him when he's like counting it. He's like, yeah, I kind of fucked up. All right, IMDb rating out of 10 stars on IMDb out of 195,000 votes, 7, flat 7. My rating here says a 10. I guess that helps. Now, what?
Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle on Rotten Tomatoes is going to be 74% on the tomato meter out of 109 or 149 reviews, and it's going to be at 80% audience score out of 250 plus ratings. Critics' consensus: a likable leads and subversion of racial stereotypes elevate Harold and Kumar above the typical stoner comedy. Fair enough.
All right. Well, let's go to the Guantanamo Bay. G-Bay. Oh, hell, G-Bay. 6.5 out of 10 with 137,000 votes.
Yeah. You also have a 52% on the tomato meter.
Ooh.
And then that's out of 135 reviews. And then a 60% audience score out of 250 plus ratings. Critics' consensus on this: it may not equal its predecessor, but Harold and Kumar Escape from Guantanamo Bay is still good for some laughs and food for thought.
Oh, food for thought. I love that.
Food for thought. Which, like I said, that is what we did for a good chunk of this podcast. I like that. I like that a lot.
You know, it is good. I think for just being able to. I mean, I shared some experiences. You shared some experiences. And then it's just kind of like, this is what the show's about. It's about friends just hanging out and talking about movies.
Yeah.
We've added all this extra stuff that fill time, but when it comes down to it, it's just Ben and I hanging out. Like, we were talking 30 minutes before we got started. We're like, dude, we could talk all. I hang out. We're like, this is my friend. This is my buddy. This is what we do, and it's fun that I have somebody. It's like a game we played, like just doing the whole podcasting thing. Anybody doing a podcast is a game you're playing, and it's fun to find somebody to do it with you. This is episode 71. We've probably lost this year probably like 8 or 9 weeks just because we've life,
moving, COVID,
what have you, all that stuff. But dude, we're getting close. We're 29 episodes weeks away from, or episodes away from hitting 100, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm back on it. This is gonna make me happy again because I hadn't been watching movies. I've just been working, and it's not even like, I know I have some clients that I have on the back burner, but I'm going through it. I'm going through it, but it's like, as I have more time to do this now, so that means I'm freeing time up. That means I can relax a little bit more, and I like that.
Well, CJ, I can tell you, I have been watching movies, and I have a couple that I have really enjoyed. But let's do our ratings real quick, and then we will see where we go from here.
Guess my rating for.
It's going to be 13.
That's obvious. The first one, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you give? What do you give White Castle?
Mine's going to be 11.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay, what you got on G-Bay?
G-Bay is going to be a 12.
Dang, I got a 12 too on G-Bay.
And I'm going to tell you, I think I saw Guantanamo Bay before I saw
White Castle.
White Castle, yeah. And I think that may be why it's a little bit higher.
Yeah.
But yeah, and plus the music selection in Guantanamo Bay is.
It's a good one.
I love
both of them are good.
Gospel Weed Song by Bizarre at the end is I've had that. I've been playing that in my car recently. But yeah, that being said, like I said, I've been watching a few movies here and there, and I have a direction I think we should go for our next two movies.
Do it. What are you thinking?
And so, so we actually had 2 animated movies come out recently that I think we could probably do. It's going to be the Bob's Burgers movie.
Oh, wow.
And
thank you.
And get this, Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe.
I already seen it. Let's do it.
All right, and I've already seen Bob's Burgers. So yeah, man, I think those are 2 new movies. Maybe we could get some more views in here with some newer things that are trending. So
yeah, you told me Bob's Burger and it's on Hulu today. I was like, I'm gonna cancel my Hulu. I don't need it anymore. And there, I need it.
No, you don't. It's on HBO Max too. You're good.
Oh, okay, I don't need it because I was like Hulu. But okay, so we're doing. Oh yeah, I love the Beavis and Butthead. We'll talk about it. We'll talk. That's a good one.
Good.
You're right, dude. And they're both on HBO Max. We're doing the HBO.
Is I thought it was on Paramount.
Oh yeah, Paramount. Sorry, this is on Paramount.
Yeah. Oh,
so
and speaking of Paramount, I watched the new Scream movie. It was really good.
I need to do that.
Sorry.
Maybe we'll save it for Halloween because I'll catch up on that because it's around the corner. Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe, 2022, TV 14, which is something we'll bring up. 1 hour, 27 minutes. Animation comedy. After a creative judge sentenced them to a space camp, A black hole sends our adolescent heroes 24 years into the modern future where the duo misuses iPhones, embarks on a quest to score, and becomes targets of the deep state. Directors, Albert Carrillos and John Rice. So Mike Judge is
Not Mike Judge?
No.
Oh, all right.
And
Is he a writer?
It was his writers based on the characters, but Mike Judge, Lewis Morton, and Guy Maxton Graham with a hyphen there. So I guess his mom made his dad put the last name there. Stars Mike Judd, Gary Cole, and Nat Faxon. Yeah, Gary Cole. So
That's interesting that he's not directed. There you go, Mike Judge. I appreciate that.
We're doing that with the Bob's Burgers movie, 2022, PG-13 rating, 1 hour 42 minutes, animation adventure comedy. The Belchers try to save the restaurant from closing as a sinkhole forms in front of it, while the kids try to solve a mystery that could save their family's restaurant. I might watch. I think I might watch this right now. Directors Lauren Botchard, Bernard Derryman, 2 directors again. Writers Lauren Botchard and Nora Smith. Stars H. John Benjamin, Christian Skal, and Dan Mintz. So that's what we're doing. We're doing Bob's Burgers and Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe, episode 72. And also a shout out to the Bottomless Party in G-Bay. The bottom, he goes bottomless.
Put your top back on. What do you think this is?
He gets mad like that character.
Dude, and I remember that song was so popular too. My dick. Not feet.
Yo dick. Not HIV. Let's end it with that. I dick. So everybody, thank you for hanging out with us. It's getting late, as you can tell. We're yawning. There you go, Ben. Go ahead. So we're gonna say bye bye. We're doing this live. Bye bye. Saying goodbye.
All right, cut it.